Jared here from Crypto Exit Plan. Now, this is going to be a bit backwards because, well, it's actually forwards. So what happened is that I just recorded the video that I was due to put out. So what happened was I was just about to record the video that I was due to put out, and the most key piece of, I guess, news or my point of view that was meant to go in there, I forgot to put in there, right? So if you don't know, I'm the most bullish on XRP. I am a new member of the XRP community, but I'm the most bullish on XRP, and that's for my own reasons, mainly because I think it has a reason to go up, and it will go up, and it will go up by a lot more than Bitcoin will, but that's my choice and that's my risk and my gamble, right? This is not investment advice. Do not take any advice or make any investment decisions because of me. But what I do want to do is draw your attention to this little info line that I've drawn down here, and I've got it out of the way because I don't want it to get into my junk. But what I did was kind of analyzed before the last bull run, and because the last bull run happened very quickly, so I think it was over a month's time it just went AWOL, right? But there was a structure that looked very similar to this bull flag, you know, this kind of three kind of attempts to break higher, and then it went kind of sideways for a while, right? And I measured that, and I know that this kind of bull run, or this movement, or this progression of price has been a lot slower, but I measured the last one and it was about 108 days, right? So what have I got? That 107 days. So let's just take that out to the 108 days. Now, what are we, November 1st now? That takes us out to the 18th of November. So according to, history, we have 18 days to go to the beginning of the bull run. So wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't that be lovely? So it's just something I've had in the back of my mind, and I've kept this line here whenever I get anxious and going, why is XRP moving sideways? Why is the altcoins moving sideways? Why isn't anything happening? I look at this line and I go, well, the last time it took this long to play out. It may take longer this time, but this is kind of okay, so at a minimum, it's by all rights, it's probably going to take about this long. So the 18th of November, let's wait and see. And I think in general, that's kind of a date that we're kind of could be quite useful in the sense that it's a couple of weeks after the US election. Depending on what happens, it might be the time when people have kind of gathered themselves after the election and are ready to kind of make some big investments that they weren't ready to make last week or the week before because of the pending election and not knowing what's going on. We may get some stimulus by then. You never know. So it's an interesting number to watch out for. So bull run, 18th of November. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And you'll get the rest of the video now that I just recorded, and I'll stitch that together. And here to give you a little bit of an update on the last week, I guess. I have not done a video for about a week. I managed to get quite a few out last week because I was super aggressive on a few strategies that I've decided to play out, which is sell all my growth stocks. So that was actually probably one of the best things I did because, and if we just kind of have a look at that before I get into this video, which is all about why I'm all in on cryptocurrency basically now. I only have one stock that is not cryptocurrency, or one investment that is not cryptocurrency right now, and I'm going to draw that out a little bit later. But let's have a look back into a few of the last videos, which is why I sold on my Workhorse and why I sold on my growth stocks. So I had Workhorse, and like I said in the last video, it pumped to 30 odd a couple of times, and then I was hoping to sell out at 32, and that was kind of my target. But it never happened, and I think I ended up selling out in and around the 2021, but look what happened since, right? So I've sold about 21 at probably a 30% profit, so that was all right. My ride, which is Diamond Peak Holdings, at the time it was, I think my cost basis was 24, but I'd actually sold and rebought more and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, my cost basis was probably about 20, and I think I sold there just under 20, and what's happened since has gone down to 13. So kind of saved myself quite a bit there. And then same with the LCA, I think I sold in and around the 16 mark, probably 15 or 20% down on my cost basis, which was 17. So yeah, so I saved myself a lot of losses because of the stock market correction last week. And what did I buy into? I bought into Riot, which went up and then back down again, but I'm still in the plus there. So I've got more shares of that. I haven't bled in that respect because those stocks didn't bleed as much. And Marathon Patent Group now, I kind of bought in, and I think I had a cost basis somewhere around there now. So yeah, I'm kind of a little bit backwards on them, but once again, only have bled about 10% as opposed to the 30 or 40% that I could have bled if I had have held on to the Workhorse, the Ride, and the LCA. So like everyone last week, we all had a bloodbath of a week, but kind of saved some of the damages by moving my funds into the blockchain technologies. And then, going to the one stock that I have held, and I will hold because I really believe in it, because I love these guys. I love their shoes. They're so comfortable. If anyone hasn't tried a pair of Skechers on, try them because they're amazing. And they used to be kind of like, really basic, really simple kind of comfort footwear, but now they have a full designer range for kids, adults, running, golfing. You can get your pull-up cowboy boot style, your work boots. You can go into a Skechers store if there's one near you and you live in kind of a major population center, and go to a Skechers store, and they've got loads. And do your market research like I've done and gone in there recently. I bought some shoes for my daughters, and I bought lots of pairs of shoes for myself recently. But you go in there and there's grandparents and there's mums and there's children, and they cover the whole demographic, whereas maybe, your Nike, they're only selling to a certain demographic, right? Sports people or people that want to, play have a particular kind of fashion. But Skechers is that run-of-the-mill, something for everyone, affordable shoe. And they killed it in earnings just now. Their growth in China is ridiculous. Now, they pumped here because of that earnings expectation, the rumor. And then the news came, and then they went back up. So the news came, they went down, and then they went back up. Tapped that line, that ascending channel line that I've got there, and then kind of sold off with the rest of the market. But they're still above my cost basis, and believe it or not, of all the stocks I have and own, they're fairly steady, and they go up and down in this range, but they're solid. They're a retail product. People are buying them, obviously, and they're earning more money and earning more revenue, which is great. So I'm going to hold them long term just because I like them and I believe in them. And I believe that, I guess, eventually they're going to take some of that market share off Nike. And I think Nike's been on a tear of $50 plus since March or whatever, in the 120s now. And that's great for those stockholders. But, I'm just looking at where Skechers was in around the 44, and that's not far off. It won't take much to kind of break out of this kind of slow, steady ascending channel. Once people realize what they're buying, and it's a solid footwear brand, and and then you've got the idea of if they branch into other merch and clothing and merchandise in their stores, they're only going to add revenue year on year. So yeah, that's the only stock I own now that is not cryptocurrency related. So kind of that's what I did last week. I bled a little bit like everyone did. There was definitely red in my account, but not as bad as it could have been if I didn't kind of see the writing on the wall and pull my money out of those more volatile growth stocks that have been some damage. And just having a look over here at one play that I didn't partake in, and because I'm a big fan of XRP, and I should have got into this somewhere around this range of $3, is that just had a little bit of money in the MoneyGram game, because look what they've done. They've just absolutely killed it, So I put this ascending line here, and they kind of tapped that then, and they have gone 117% in a couple of weeks since they kind of basically broke out of this bull flag, which is ridiculous because, you know, everyone else at the moment is shedding dollars off their share price, but MoneyGram is making money because they're using XRP, and they're using XRP for their cross-border transfers, and they're saving money on that, and they're passing that on to the customers, and the customers realize that, so they're, you know, their customers send small amounts of money or amounts of money overseas back home, whether they live in America and going back to Mexico or wherever. So that's what they're doing, and they're saving people money by using XRP as a bridge currency, which I love that, you know. And MoneyGram is going to be one of those ones, like the Riots and the Maras and the Argo blockchains, that will benefit during this crypto bull run that is to come. And we're just sitting tight and holding on, and we're waiting, and we're seeing. Now, that's a perfect segue, because we are just going to get into the charts of the Bitcoin. Now, I don't hold a lot of Bitcoin. It's probably equally the second biggest or the second smallest, because I only own a little bit of a few things besides XRP. XRP would be my biggest, but I still like to follow it because it seems to lead the way, and I'm only new to this market, but all my favorite analysts like Blockchain Backer and DIY Investing use Bitcoin as that reference point. And like I mentioned in my previous videos of this pattern that I noticed, that Bitcoin had its bottom, and then, you know, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, and then it kind of pumped. Now, all the other coins have done that, but then they kind of dipped again because of the market sell-off in the broader market. So it kind of messed with that pattern again. But I do believe it is very, very near that the altcoins are going to pump. So, and like I say, if Bitcoin pumped by about 15%, our altcoins are going to pump by 30, 40, 50%, right? So just watch that space. And we are in that max pain event, like Blockchain Backer says, you know, where everyone's feared out, you know, selling. I want to rush over to Bitcoin because Bitcoin's making these moves. Hold tight, people. Hold on to your altcoins. They will pump. Don't chase the profits, right? Just hold on, hold tight. You know what you bought, you know why you bought it. The market reacts a lot slower than you want it to. So that's what we're thinking about here right now. So our Bitcoin, and one thing I want to kind of draw out here, because once again I'm new to this game, and initially I was drawn into the idea of these fundamentals and things that just generally should work because they're good things, right? So XRP should go up in price because people are using it. It has real world utility, right? Agreed. But the market is not seeing things that way. I think I've done other videos where I've shown Tesla back in the day where it was very volatile, even though they were building the same products they have today, and now the market realizes it's a great product and it shot up and up and up. But back then it was up and down because it was in an early adoption phase. You know, XRP from an investment perspective is still in that early adoption phase. You know, it's still a new thing for investors to digest, you know. But one good piece of news is that it seems like whale accounts, or people with large accounts, are growing and growing and growing, which means that people, you know, on a micro level or on a level at, you know, I've got some spare cash to invest in the next big thing. People are loading their bags with, you know, 100,000 XRP up to 1 million XRP, which is good signs, because that's going to help for that price discovery to happen very soon, because the demand's there, and then the supply maybe is a little bit restricted, and then these guys start selling their coins, and then that whole bull market happens, right? So look out for that, keep an eye out for that. But what I want to kind of make note of is that since March, down here in the lows, Bitcoin ascending channel, pretty steady ascending channel, you know, pretty reliable ascending channel. You know, if you bought back here and you bought the dips all the way along, and you were accumulating, you know, up until before here and just holding now, you're in the right place. You know, you've done your due diligence. You know what's going up. You know the next bull run's coming. That's a very positive sign, right? So Bitcoin's leading the way, and it's telling us we're in a bull market, right? Moving over to our XRP chart, we're going to see that once again, XRP since March, although it's not as kind of consistently up, we've had an upward trend. So we've got March lows, a higher low, big burst out, bull flag still playing out, but this is our new higher low. You know, if you look at this whole sideways trend or this whole sideways movement and, you know, remove yourself from the short term, you know, I want this to happen right now feeling, and zoom out, you know, we're kind of steadily up, kind of pulls back, bottom, which is higher than the last bottom. And then a little flag up, bottom, and then a big flag up, and then kind of a retracement. And it probably went a bit too far above. That's why, and you know, and hence why there's a lot of sellout, because people feared, you know, FOMO'd in here. I did the same thing, except that I FOMO'd in at the top and bought all the way down. And I bought all the way across, and I'll keep buying until this thing pumps, because why not? You know, why not? Why not be a part of it if it's going to happen, right? You know, dollar cost averaging in for sure. But yeah, ascending channel, right? You know, look at this space, this discovery space that we're heading into, right? And analysts are saying 50 to 65 cents is the next move, and I'd be damn happy with that, because you know, that's the next part of my strategy. And crypto exit plan, what are we doing? What's our plan? That's my plan. Is I'd bought some of these coins in Revolut, which I don't want them to be in Revolut because I'm not going to get my Flare tokens otherwise. So once we do the next pump, I'm going to sell out of the Revolut coins, move it over to an exchange where I can buy them and move them to my wallet. And then hopefully there's a slight retracement, so I can maybe take a little bit of profits and get the same amount of coins that I had, or the same amount of tokens that I had. So that's my plan, and that's what I'm sticking to. So holding tight, baby, holding tight. Let's just move once again over to Ethereum and ascending channel, right? March kind of steadily going up along this ascending line, popped out, you know, high, big drop, and then moving kind of in that sideways fashion again, right? But still making those bottom, higher low, right? So it's that 1, 2, 3 higher lows after the bottom that Bitcoin did, boom. So everything is setting its stage for the next pop, and it's going to break recent highs. So we're looking at a $500 Ethereum. We're looking at a 35 cent, 40 cent XRP, fingers crossed, and we are looking at, well, up to a $16,000 Bitcoin again. But this, I think Bitcoin's probably just going to grind its way up. Bitcoin's just really going to kind of lead the pack, and I guess people that were sitting on the sidelines this whole last 4 years have probably gone, do you know what? Now's the time. I'm going to hedge my bets. I'm going to do what everyone says and put my 3 or 5% of my entire portfolio in Bitcoin, and I'm going to hodl them away and hope for the best, right? Because that seems to be what it's doing, right? It's just kind of grinding its way up, right? And I've got me my breakout line there. I think I wanted to break 14,000, but I think that's my resistance line that I want it to kind of close over for a couple of times, that 13,885. But yeah, ideally if we start closing regularly over 14,000, that is very bullish for the whole crypto market. So crypto exit plan, what is your plan? What are you doing? I'd really love the support if you guys could like this video and subscribe to the channel, because I just really want to give an honest opinion of the way I see it as a newbie to the market. And like I say, keep watching your favorite technical analysts, keep watching your favorite news providers, keep watching your favorite fundamental people. I'm just a guy that's kind of sitting here and just being able to kind of zoom out a little bit and go, it's okay, you know. I'm embraced for this. I've got a plan. I know what I want to do with it, and I hope that you guys do too. That you aren't just FOMOing into something because you think it's going to make you the next $1 million. Because if you just think that way, you won't know what to do with the $1 million, and you'll just blow it, right? So if you're aiming to make $1 million out of investing in cryptocurrencies, have a plan for it. You know, have your exit plan. Have your, I'm going to sell a little bit then, and a little bit then, and a little bit then, and that's what you're doing. It's like going to the casino and making a bit of money, putting what you spent initially in your pocket, and then going, well, I'm going to sell out at this point because I'm happy with that, and that's what I came here to do. So let's not be too greedy and have a plan, and then what are you going to do with that next? And I think my initial videos was, what are my plans? Buy some equipment to become a freelancer in the field that I am, which is e-learning, so a laptop and some camera gear, and to really kind of launch my career into the next level and be able to go out there and do some good things on my own. And then also start an iced coffee business. So that's my plan, and that's what I plan to do with my cryptocurrency gains or my profits in the stock market in the short term over the next year. So what's your plan? Put it in the comments. I would love to know what you guys plan to do when you exit this market and do great things in the world. What's your dream? What's your world-changing idea that you want to enact? I'm not trying to steal anyone's ideas there. I just want to kind of build a community of people that have a plan, have a financial plan. I'm a big fan of Rich Dad, and I'm a big fan of anyone that kind of beats the drum for financial freedom and breaking out of the rat race. And I think that's what we've got an opportunity to do here, is break out of the rat race and actually set ourselves up with a bunch of assets after this kind of bull run that could actually return us some money month on month, and start us on our way to really, I guess, giving ourselves a few steps towards that financial freedom, right? So, if you've got a lot more money now, you could probably set yourself up for life, if you went all in. If you put a couple of 100,000 into Bitcoin right now, you might end up with a couple of 100 million, right? So, yeah, you never know, but yeah. Follow me on the journey, because I want to share the journey with you. And that's it for me. I'm going to tap out. It's a crypto exit plan. Jared's my name, and peace out, everyone. And keep on having the dream of what you want to do in your world once your big gains come in. So to the moon, baby. Bye bye.